Hi, I'm Jayapal Caleb, and you're listening to Daily Newsings. Daily Newsings are musings on the daily news. The big news today is, of course, the ongoing tensions between India and Pakistan. Around 1 a.m. on Wednesday, India launched a military operation targeting 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Using high precision weapons, India launched missiles into these 9 sites. India claims that the targets were all terrorist infrastructure, places where terrorists were recruited and trained. This was in response to a terrorist attack in Pahalgam in Kashmir, where 26 men were gunned down by terrorists in broad daylight. 25 of them were tourists who were killed in front of their families. India claims that Pakistan was behind this attack. Pakistan denies this charge and claims that India does not have any evidence. A terrorist organization called the Resistance Front, or the TRF, claimed responsibility for the attack. According to the Indian government, TRF is a shadow organization of the Pakistani terror outfit, the Lashkar-e-Taiba, LET. Since the LET is banned in India, they created an organization called the TRF. Since the TRF claimed responsibility for the attack, the Indian government has traced the responsibility back to Pakistan. The operation by the Indian Army was named Operation Sindoor. Sindoor is the red or orange powder that is worn by many married Hindu women in India along the parting of their hair. The name of the military operation was chosen to symbolically represent the avenging of the suffering that the wives of the murdered men went through. India claims that the attacks were, and I quote, measured, non escalatory, proportionate, and responsible, end quote. According to India, these 9 sites were chosen in order that civilians would not be attacked and military establishments would not be targeted. India claims that these were all terror hideouts that were targeted. It is highly likely that there is truth to this claim. News has already come out that Abdul Rauf Azhar is one of the victims of India's attacks. He is a notorious terrorist who was a leader of the terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed, or JEM. JEM is an organization that claimed the responsibility for a suicide bombing attack on security personnel in Pulwama district in Kashmir in 2019 that killed 40 security personnel. It is very likely at this point that India is at the brink of a prolonged conflict with Pakistan. Pakistan has already retaliated with shelling in Poonch and other border districts. Airstrikes on Jammu were intercepted today by India's air defense systems. The conflict is escalating. In such a context, we must remind ourselves of a few very important truths. Firstly, God is sovereign over history. See Daniel 4:17. Countries may rise up against countries, wars may come and go, but the one in control never changes, and our ultimate hope lies in Him. Secondly, we live in a world where death is a reality, where sin is a reality. Due to sin, death does reign in this world. Death will be finally defeated only at the renewal of all things with the return of the King. Till then, we must reckon with the realities of a sinful dying world while longingly waiting for our King's return. Thirdly, for Christians in India, we must understand that our leaders do not have it easy. The Bible says that the leaders of a country are God's servants, agents of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoers. See Romans 13:4. That's why they've been given the sword, and that's what our current government is claiming to do. Justice for wrongs done. They also have a responsibility to deter future terror attacks out of their duty to protect the country. In a fallen world, we don't always have the benefit of hindsight. In hindsight, we will evaluate whether the leadership's actions were the best given the circumstances, but for now, we can give them the benefit of the doubt and keep praying for them. And finally, we remember Jesus' words, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." See Matthew 5:9. How do we seek the peace of our country? One way is by praying. If we recognize God as being fully in control of every single thing that happens in the world, we would pray because we know ultimately it is only He who can bring about the peace we long for. Thank you for listening to Daily Musings.